But yeah. Okay. Something else this game did was it's the first game to spawn sequels.
In a
This
sense.
was
In a
it?
sense. Yeah. In a
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. It did a Torniko's Mystery Dungeon in 1993 on the Super Famicom. Torneko Healy Ragnar cameos in Dragon Quest VIII Monster Arena. I didn't know that.
Let me help you out here yet, because these aren't necessarily sequels, right? But they cameo in the Monster Arena segment of Dragon Quest VIII. So this
Hmm.
game had influence outside of this game, within the series.
Gotcha, gotcha. But the Mystery Dungeon,
Yeah, that's the big one.
yeah.
That's the big one. Tornico's Mystery Dungeon. There were multiple ones. So he was on the Super Famicom. That didn't get a US release, but the
Mhm.
PlayStation 1 did. That was called Tornico's Great Hope.
Hmm.
We got that. Japan got that.
You're saying this is the first Mystery Dungeon game?
Yes. If you look up Mystery Dungeon, it's a Chunsoft thing. And
Whoa.
Tornico's Mystery Dungeon was the first in that series. And they went on to make other ones.
Right.
Um, like there's the Etrian Mystery Dungeon. I don't know if that's Chunsoft though. Um, anyways, yeah, so I did a little research into that earlier.
That is so interesting. I didn't know that it was the. I knew it existed. I didn't know it was the first. Have you played this? Any of these?
Tornico ones? No. But I played the Sheeran ones.
I hate mystery dungeon games like with a strong passion. I've tried to play a couple of them, and I think it just made me angry. But I'm still super fascinated that Torneko is the first mystery dungeon game.
Here's the timeline. 1993, Tornico's Great Adventure. 1995, Mystery Dungeon 2, Sheeran the Wanderer.
And that's the
So on and
series
so
you
forth.
played.
Yeah. Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon would come out in 1997. Tornico the Last Hope would come out in 1999. So primarily it's between Tornico, Sheeran, and Chocobo for the first 10 years of Mystery Dungeon games. We then get the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games in mid 2000s.
Yes, and they're very
And
good.
later in like 2015, you get Etrian Mystery Dungeon. Those are the only games that have gotten, only series that have gotten Mystery Dungeon titles. It's the Dragon Quest
I
had
thought
the
it
first
was.
Mystery Dungeon.
I thought it was like a broader thing. I guess it isn't, is it? It's just like a. It's pretty narrow.
Maybe this idea of like a chess battle thing, but yeah, no, it took off with Tornico, and that wasn't, that came out of Dragon Quest IV. Kind of a random thing for Tornico. I don't
Incredibly.
know. What do you think?
Well, I think that the original story was he was like gathering equipment, right, for his shop.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
So it makes sense from like a story perspective, but it's there's a lot of different games that would make sense for one character in a video game. So it is like why don't they make a a melee fighting game where you club people with Ayla from Chrono Trigger? It's like,
Mm.
I mean, you could. It would make the exact amount of sense of making a Torneko um, mystery
Mystery
dungeon
Dungeon.
game, and it's just they picked this one for some reason. I mean, clearly Torneko like stands out to people as a character they like because he's popular. He's in a lot of stuff.
You know what? I get it because, in principle, I like the idea of Mystery Dungeon. Practice, I suck at it.
Same.
It's terrible. I get crushed. And the signature thing about Mystery Dungeon games is like, you die, you start over. You start the whole game over. Sheeran is brutal in that regard. It makes sense that Tornico's a guy because he's just a guy.
Yeah.
He gets his shit screwed. He has to start everything over.
But he didn't have anything to begin with, so it's like whatever.
Right. So he could just start from the bottom again.
Yeah.
Would love to play those one day. Game's expensive. If you want to get the PlayStation one, the localized one,
Really?
quick eBay search. Yeah, last I checked, it was in the hundreds of dollars.
Good God. Good.
Torneko, this one, $350.
350? You say
The
three?
bid today, when that's ending in 20 hours, this is an auction at currently at $202.50. It's new and sealed.
Ooh. It's kind of cool, but still, That's expensive.
Buy it now for a sealed one is $699.
No.
Or you could get the Japanese import for 15.
There you go. My man. Or you could, I'm sure, download a ROM for that. Jesus.
That too.